This week, I'm really happy to welcome to the show Francesco Baschieri, co-founder of the company Spreaker. And I met him last week at Medium, and we decided to follow up the meeting with an interview this week. So hi, Francesco, and thanks for being on the show today.
Hi, Andrea. It's really my pleasure to be here featured on your podcast.
So let's talk about Spreaker. How did you get the idea for the company? What is your background? And what is Spreaker in a nutshell?
Spreaker, in a nutshell, it's an audio platform which allows anyone to create a live show and broadcast it over the internet. And for a live show, we intend something which mixes music, voice, and sound effects, all packaged as a radio program. The idea was born literally at a bar with friends, just talking over a couple of beers. And we said, yeah, cool, why don't we do it? And the good thing is that we were already start-uppers. So we had a previous company, and we were in the exit phase. So we were actually looking for something to do in the near future, and Spreaker was the key idea. So we got started.
Yeah, and did you find it? You are the first Italian startup that I have on the show. So did you find it hard to start up the company in Italy? And is there a startup culture there?
It's starting, really. There was not that much of this culture in, let's say, just 4 years ago.
Yeah.
It's not very hard to get started because what you need is a couple of good coders and a cool idea.
Yeah.
It's hard to get financed and, let's say, to move to the later stages because we lack the ecosystem, the startup ecosystem. So we're looking to get some financing in Italy, but we're also looking elsewhere because we know that this might be the best time for setting up the operations in Italy.
Yeah. So how does Spreaker work on the online side of things in terms of how do you produce your show live?
We want to make it as easy as possible. So ideally, you just sign up to the platform. Where you can also use Facebook Connect, and then what you get is a metaphor of a mixing console, where literally you have 3 faders, one controlling your microphone volume, and a couple of decks with their own fader. So you can load music tracks on these decks, play the music tracks, and talk over the whole stuff. Well, it sounds very simple. Actually, on the technical perspective, it's not.
Yeah.
Because everything is made in Adobe Flash. So for the user, it's simple because you don't have to download or install anything.
Yeah.
Everything works online. It's been a real mess on the server side, but that's our job. So I think it's very easy already, and we're constantly working to make it easier and easier.
Yeah. No, definitely, and it looks really good online, and it seems to work pretty seamlessly, which is impressive considering that it's all based in the cloud. And in terms of the type of content, you already have quite a large user base. And what type of content do your creators tend to make? Is it more like radio shows, or talk shows, or music shows?
I would say that 60 to 70% are entertainment shows. So music is the main character here.
Yeah.
We have people doing sports commentary, talk shows. We also have priests doing sermons online, or all that sorts of stuff. I mean, it's so easy to use and so somehow powerful and flexible so that you can use it for any kind of broadcasting.
Yeah, and it's interesting because it basically completely erases any barrier of access to producing a show, because even if you don't need that very much to produce a podcast, but the fact is that even if your computer is not powerful enough, there's a lot of things that can get in the way of actually making a good show. But the fact that it's all based in the cloud, it means that as long as you have a microphone and the browser, you should be able to do everything that I can do on a few of the systems that I use here.
Exactly. That's all you need. But what we figured out is that the real barrier is being able to create some good quality content, and that unfortunately is something we cannot work on our side. So you need to, when you open the mic, you need to have some sort of a script and a couple of good ideas, and not just talk nonsense in front of the mic. But it's fun in any case.
Yeah, definitely. And in terms of where are your users based at the moment, and where do you plan to expand next?
Okay, 85% of our user base is in Italy because we spread word of mouth here. We launched the product half October, and we already have something like 50,000 subscribers to the service, and around 10,000 people actively producing shows on a regular basis, plus around 300,000 unique listeners per month. Because, of course, we have a widget, so people are able to listen to broadcast wherever this widget is placed, so in third-party websites, Facebook pages, and so on.
Yeah.
So we are looking to target two main markets, which are the UK and the US, for different reasons, of course. We're looking for a bigger size of the market, and we think that, especially from within the UK, our target users are more there than they are in Italy.
Definitely. And in terms of your business model, how does it work at the moment, and how can users gain access to Spreaker? So
Spreaker is a freemium ad-supported service. So we have two business models which interact with each other. So basically, you can access Spreaker and broadcast for free. We give you some limited features. Mainly, you can create shows which go no longer than 30 minutes. But of course, you can create 3 or 4 or 10 shows per day. So there is really no limit on the total time you're broadcasting. But each segment is maximum 30 minutes long. While if you upgrade to the paid model, then you get segments up to 3 hours. And the other big difference from the free to the paid version is your music library. So this I need to explain. We have a music library which is available to all the users of the platform, and this music library contains Creative Commons material, so you can use it and broadcast it without any problem. On the other hand, we also give you some cloud space to upload your own music library, and you can broadcast your own music on the internet. We're working with the collecting societies so that we can pay the royalty rate for broadcasting the music you legally own. But the size of this library is very small. It's 1 hour in the free version, while you have up to 60 hours in the paid version. On top of this, we are serving in-stream advertising on both accounts. This is because, of course, royalty rates and cloud and streaming costs are very, very high. So we also need to get some revenues from advertising in-stream.
Sure. And what kind of advertisers do you have on the show? Do you try and match the advertiser with the type of show that you have on?
Yeah, this is the key idea. Instead of matching the advertiser with the type of show, really, we're trying to match the advertiser with the listener. So let's say that me and you are listening to the same show. Potentially, we'll be listening to 2 different types of advertising because we have different profiles.
You talked earlier about the fact that you're, a Flash powered service, but you're also available on the iOS platform via an app. So how did that come about, and how did you create the app for Spreaker?
We created the app because everything is going mobile, so we definitely need to be there as well. And nowadays, the app is only a way to consume media, so to listen to media that another party has produced, and we are planning to release an app both for iOS and Android, which makes you able to mix in real time as, your show as you're able to do it today on the web. And this will be very powerful. I'm thinking of platforms like the iPad, where you can basically have use our mixer with your fingers, and that would be very cool and very fun. By the way, we are already working on those tablet PCs which support Adobe Flash. So I'm thinking of Samsung Galaxy and another number of tablets which are coming out in the next weeks or months, where you'll be able to use Spreaker as a broadcaster and not only as a listener.
And how do you find the quality of the audio coming from non-professional microphones? Are you able to tweak that to make it a good quality for broadcasting?
We're working on it. Really, the bottleneck here is the codecs supplied by Adobe Flash.
Yeah,
we are trying to rework and retweak the whole engine so that you'll be able to use a high quality audio.
Yeah.
And we have another problem though, which is limited bandwidth on the client side. So we're very focused on live broadcasting, but live broadcasting requires a very reliable connection. So usually you need to have a trade-off between quality and reliable data stream.
Yeah.
That's what Skype is doing, by the way, the same time. For instance, when the connection is good, the audio quality is good as well.
Yeah.
But when the connection drops or the quality decreases, the audio quality decreases as well. So we're working heavily on that. So our platform can be very good also for talk.
Yeah.
Today it's not that bad. While it's perfect for music, since we do all the music mixing server side and we're actually streaming at MP3 at 128 kilobits, I can say that the music experience is very good.
Sure. And you talked before about the fact that you're going to take part in one of the first hack days to be based in Italy in the next few weeks. So are you going to share your API at the hack day, and how is that going to work?
Definitely, we're very excited. This is the first time we have released the APIs for Spreaker. They're already available, so for anyone who's listening, just log on to developers.spreaker.com and you'll see a very simple page with the API documentation, and you can just go there and start your hacking.
Yeah.
And we're very excited because we have no idea what is going to happen at the hack day.
Yeah.
So let's see.
Right.
It's actually next Saturday, the 5th of February in Milan. It's called Hack Day Italy.
Yeah.
And we see what happens.
I know like 2 or 3 companies that work in Italy, but in the music side, but there aren't actually that many. So, it's great to hear that there's actually something happening over there.
Yeah, it is. It's very hard at the moment, really.
Yeah. I can imagine. No wonder I'm here in London at the moment. But no, it was great having you on, and I'm sure there's going to be quite a lot of people listening to this show that are both interested in the company on the business side, that do audio distribution and that kind of thing, and people that are going to be really keen on using the service because they do their own show or they do DJ shows or that kind of thing. So hopefully they'll log on to Spreaker.com and go and have a look.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. Guys, take a tour.
Yes.
And give us your feedback.
No, it was great having you on the show, and I'll look forward to hearing from you in a few months' time and knowing how Spreaker is doing.
Thank you very much, Andrea. Speak to you soon.
Cool. Thank you very much.